They didn't just call me a failure. They rehearsed it, spread it, and made sure everyone else believed it too. They joked about me in break rooms, erased my name from emails, smiled to my face, and sharpened knives behind my back. My name is Marcus Hale, and this is the story I sent to Real Life Karma TV because the day they called me a failure was the same day life started writing a much bigger ending for me than they ever imagined. I wasn't the gifted kid. I was the quiet one who fixed broken things. No trophies, no spotlight, just silent work. When I landed a junior systems job at Raventech Industries, I thought, finally, my chance. Instead, I walked into a department run by my manager, Brad Turner, and his favorite, senior coordinator, Sophie Grant. Brad hid behind his title. Sophie hid behind charm. To them, I was the quiet guy who didn't have what it takes. My first month, I built a diagnostic tool that cut system downtime. Brad shrugged. Sophie smirked. Cute, but it's not scalable. 2 weeks later, she presented it
as her idea, my code, her name on the slides. When the room applauded, she looked right at me, like she'd locked me in the shadows for good. Then came the annual Innovation Showcase. One project, one employee, one chance to present on stage in front of the CEO and the entire company. I brought my prototype. The room went quiet. Not confused, threatened. Brad leaned back. Marcus, he said, you don't actually think you can represent this company, do you? Soft laughter. Sophie added, let's spare him the embarrassment. He's not built for the stage. In that moment, they didn't just reject my idea. They stamped one word on my forehead: failure. What they didn't know was that just outside the glass wall, our CEO, Alexander Cole, had heard every single word. 3 days later, I got an email from him. Subject line, your prototype, private review. Marcus, meet me tomorrow at 7 a.m., conference room 11B. The next morning, he didn't sit at the head of the table. He sat beside me. Show me, he said. Show me what they laughed at. I walked him through the system. He listened like my work mattered. When I finished, he asked, they called you a failure? I nodded. He smirked. Good. That means you scared them. Then he said, Marcus, you're presenting this at the Innovation Showcase. Brad doesn't run this company. I do. And I know talent when I see it. Bullies can smell when control is slipping. Brad and Sophie watched me closer, whispered more. 2 days before the showcase, Sophie forwarded me updated details for a critical review. The time was wrong, on purpose. When I missed it, Brad scoffed, "You can't even read a calendar. This is why you'll never be on that stage." What they didn't realize was that the room they used had a camera streaming straight to the executive floor. The CEO saw it all. The fake email, the mocking, The setup. The next morning, we were called to conference room A1, the big room. Brad and Sophie walked in confident. The CEO opened a folder thick with printed emails and still frames from security footage. "Let's talk about integrity," he said. He laid it out, how they erased my name, stole my work, and tried to sabotage my career.
Then he pressed play. We heard Sophie brag about sending the wrong time. We heard Brad call me dead weight, useless, a failure. Silence. "Brad Turner," the CEO said, "you're removed from your position effective immediately." Brad's face drained. "As for you, Sophie," she froze. "You are terminated. Hand in your badge on the way out." She glanced at me. No smirk, just regret. Then she left. The CEO turned to me. "Marcus," he said softly, "you'll still be presenting. And when you step on that stage, you won't be proving them wrong. You'll be proving we were right to bet on you." The day of the showcase, the auditorium was packed. From backstage, I could see the crowd and Brad, front row, forced to watch. The host opened the envelope, and the winner of Operational Engineering Excellence is Time Slowed, a breakthrough that transformed our system performance. Ladies and gentlemen, Marcus Hale. The room erupted. Applause, my name echoing through a place that once called me a failure. I walked into the lights. "Thank you," I began. "I was told I didn't belong here, that I would never stand on this stage."
But your value isn't decided by the people who fear your potential. If you're working in the shadows, being ignored, being called a failure, you might be closer to something extraordinary than you think. I looked straight at Brad, and to the people who tried to bury me, thank you. Because pressure creates diamonds. And sometimes, karma gives you a front row seat to the moment the person you tried to destroy rises. 3 weeks later, I was promoted to lead systems architect. My name, the one they mocked, now sits on the company's homepage under award-winning innovators. I wasn't a failure. I was proof that the quiet ones can shake the ground when you push them too far. Deep breath, soft smile. You're watching Real Life Karma TV. If this story hit home, tap like, drop your comment, and subscribe for more real stories where karma does what karma does best. And if you have a story, a real one, a heavy one, a powerful one, send it to reallifekarmatv@gmail.com. Because maybe the next name they call a failure will be the next one we say on this channel, under the brightest lights.